Out there in the wasteland, the Deathclaw is the apex predator, so we're treating it with the respect it deserves. A Deathclaw Wellington. The biggest problem with Deathclaw meat, other than catching it, I remember that hunt like it was yesterday. Well, it was yesterday. The next problem with Deathclaw meat, after procuring it, is it's tough. It's basically pure muscle. Look at that thing, it's a walking tank. It has no fat on it. So we need to break down those fibers, break down the meat, so it's tender and juicy. To get our Deathclaw meat nice and tender, we need to marinate it. So, we got 8 ounces of Deathclaw meat, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 tablespoon of Wasteland black truffles, 2 tablespoons of roasted garlic in its oil, 2 tablespoons of chopped thyme, stem and all, and 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm gonna start with the salt. Give that a good massage. Next, our garlic. Followed by our Wasteland black truffle. And our thyme. Now cover with buttermilk. Straight from the Brahmin. Give that a good mix. The Deathclaw meat has to marinate for at least 6 hours. I know food can be hard to come by out here in the wasteland, but you need to wait. The buttermilk is going to have an enzymatic effect on the Deathclaw meat, making it tender. And just like that TV magic, it's been 12 hours. Now I got to rinse off the marinade. You only want to give it a quick rinse just to get everything off. You don't want to soak it in water. Next, lay down a paper towel, if you can find one in the capital wasteland. Lay out our meat, and we pat it dry. It wouldn't be the wasteland without a little bit of radiation. We have a paper towel here on top of a plate. We're going to lay out our spinach, overlapping. We're going to take a second paper towel, put it over the top, then hit this with a little bit of water. Now we nuke our spinach for about 30 seconds. There we have quick blanched spinach without having to waste any water. Water is a necessary commodity out here in the wasteland. Now let's get our Deathclaw ready to be sous vide. Lay your Deathclaw meat out, and we're going to dust it with 1 teaspoon of porcini powder, half a teaspoon of lion's mane mushrooms, and half a teaspoon of cornstarch. Let's start with our spinach. Now let's lay out our Deathclaw. And now we roll. Keep it nice and tight. So roll it over and then pull it towards you. Then roll a little bit more and pull it towards you. Take your Deathclaw Wellington all the way to the edge here, and we roll. Make sure it's nice and tight. Give it a spin so it gets nice and tight. Now we're going to take our roll, put it into our sous vide bag, push it all the way down to the edge. We have it set to dry vacuum seal. Now we drop it in at 55 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. And after 2 hours, this is our Deathclaw meat. We're going to chill this immediately and get the rest of our ingredients together. Now we have to work on our Wasteland Duxelle. And we're going to be using some beautiful, mutated Hint of the Woods. Look at that. Just looks like it came out of a nuclear lab. I'm just going to give these a nice rough chop, fairly small. When you get down to this little woody part, throw that away. I have my pan set to 325 degrees or about a medium high. Once we're at temp, we're going to hit with 2 tablespoons of oil. Then drop in our chopped mushrooms. Give that a stir. Hit it with a pinch of salt, about a half a teaspoon, pinch of black pepper, about a 1/4 teaspoon. While cooking the mushrooms, we're not looking to just get some color and flavor. We're really trying to draw out all the moisture from the mushrooms. You want them to be almost bone dry. The reason is once you get that into the pastry, when it bakes, you don't want the interior to be soggy. You're looking for about 1.5 cups of raw mushrooms. Once you get some nice caramelization on your mushrooms, we're going to add in a half a shallot, about 2 tablespoons, and 2 cloves of garlic. At this point, you want to stir constantly so you don't burn your garlic. We're going to cook this for about 2 minutes. Once the shallots start smelling caramelized, pull them off. Getting proper puff pastry in the Wasteland is next to impossible, but getting some of these perfectly preserved biscuits, they're everywhere. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now, if you're using a non-stick pan, you only want to preheat to 325 degrees. Wait for the pop. Aha! Nice big, flaky biscuits from before the war. I'm gonna separate each layer, overlay them just a little bit. You can smell that pre-war butter on them. And roll them out real gently, looking for about 1/8 of an inch thickness. Take our chilled mushrooms, put them right in the center. Leave about a 1-inch space on either side. Deathclaw is done cooking. We're gonna put it on a paper towel and just pat it dry real gently. You don't want to break up the radiated spinach on top. Now let's egg wash the inside. Right in the center. I cut the ends off to square it. Now take our dough, pull it back, stretch it over both sides, making sure it's nice and tight. Fold over our end pieces too. Now take a paring knife, just barely with the weight of your hand. Drag it across. Let's egg wash our top really well, and the sides, make sure you get all of it. Our grease pan. Our Wellington set right down on top. Now we're going to throw our Wellington in the oven for 15 minutes. It's very important to put it on a wire rack so the bottom does not steam. Once your Deathclaw Wellington is on the rack, make sure you let it rest for at least 10 minutes before you cut into it. While this rests, let's make our sauce. I have my pan set to 350 degrees or medium high. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to add in some large pearl onions. I just cut the tops and bottoms off and peeled. Once you get some nice color, we're going to add some acorn mushrooms and turn our heat down to a medium-low. Now we're going to add in a half a shallot and 2 cloves of garlic. The garlic has been sliced and our shallots have been minced. Once you get some nice color on your shallots and your garlic, we're going to add in 2 cups of mirelurk stock. You want to reduce your stock down until it becomes a nice, glossy sauce. Our sauce is done, our Wellington is done resting. Let's cut into it. All right, here we go. Deathclaw Wellington. Deathclaw, the apex predator, becomes the hunted and the dinner. Incredibly tender. That Wasteland truffle comes through, the acorn mushrooms, these perfectly preserved and flaky biscuits. The mirelurk sauce pairs perfectly with the Deathclaw. It has a nice bite to it, firm but still quite delicate. Well, my friends, the fire is low, but the pantry is always full. Until our next quest, keep your blade sharp and your spirits high. I'm Chef Ronnie, and thank you for leveling up on Lore and Ladle.